Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video here on Bitcoin, which, this morning, relatively surprisingly, but we'll get to that, or we'll get to why it's surprising. It's actually a very bullish morning. I mean, you can see right there, Bitcoin is up quite nicely. Yesterday obviously was still very, very bearish. I mean, especially if you take a look at the stock markets basically continued their drop over the course of the entire day yesterday, which, I mean, we still have, like if you go to the S&P 500, we now have a massive gap to the upside, and the pre-market is trading even lower. So eventually that will get filled, and that will also be bullish for crypto. But at this point of time, we have to be honest, before we talk about the technicals specifically for Bitcoin, which I have a lot to talk about as well, fundamentally crypto has been much, much stronger. Or at least Bitcoin has been much, much stronger, because the Bitcoin dominance is still rallying up like there's no tomorrow. But it has been much stronger than other assets, all right? If you take a look at the Russell 2000, if you take a look at the S&P 500, Bitcoin is outperforming those, all right? And the S&P 500 is making lower lows. Bitcoin is just holding its own. I mean, we dropped down to the bottom of the range here, as expected. But we spiked down to that once with quite a lot of volume. And that was enough, all right? Yesterday, what I said is that I thought it was most likely that we would drop down into that level, but I did think we would have to get some sort of a fake out to get some more fuel for a move upwards. Not necessary. So, all right, but now onto Bitcoin specifically. We are at a relatively difficult situation right now, and I'll tell you why, all right? Because, purely technically, this is all fine. This is all in line with the market structure. We are in a pretty strong value area, pretty strong range between 85,000 and between 81,000. We hit the bottom of that range. We're going up to the top of the range. Nothing difficult about that. However, with the strength we're seeing from Bitcoin right now, you would say that we actually have a chance to break out. And I agree. I mean, you can see right now, I mean, whoever is doing this, there is some entity buying up a lot of Bitcoin, causing, for example, the Coinbase Bitcoin price to go into a premium. So whatever is going on, someone has an appetite to buy Bitcoin. It could be Michael Saylor, who knows? But therefore, I mean, if it's that strong, we obviously have a chance to break out. So that is true. But then on the other side, so if we just judge it based on the strength we're seeing this morning, I would say we're going to break out. But then you go back to last week. Last week, a bullish EU session, which we are in right now, was not always a great sign for the rest of the day. And then outside of that, if we go over all fundamentals, first of all, there's quite a lot of leverage coming in right now. Second of all, the volume is relatively low. Third of all, we are at a very strong resistance level. So basically all these factors, and then like I said, I mean, the stock markets, which Bitcoin is, or at least has been very correlated to in the last couple of weeks, are also bearish. So you have Bitcoin basically against all odds being relatively strong here and trying to break out. But most of these fundamentals are telling us we're not going to break out. All right. So it's going to be a bit of an uncertain day. It is a Friday, all right? We have some major news. We have the unemployment rate, we have non-farm payrolls, and we have the Jerome Powell giving a speech later today. So we definitely have news that could cause a bullish breakout for Bitcoin. But for now, we shall have to wait and see. And I'm slightly leaning towards, but this is very much based on a feeling, I'm slightly leaning towards expecting a bullish breakout here. All right, so I always try to give you like one prediction at least of what I think is most likely. At this point of time, given the strength that we are seeing and given, the order flow that we're seeing as well, which is very interesting, I'd have to say that we're going to break out. Now, ultimately, we still have to get that confirmation. I would prefer to see a 4-hour time frame close with some more volume above this level at 84,800 before taking a long on this, for example. But this does seem most likely. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on this. Like I said, there's quite a lot of news today, so I'll make an update later this afternoon talking about that news and whether that will change anything. And like I said, I would definitely not buy Bitcoin right now. Wait for the confirmation. But when we're talking about today, given the strength we are seeing, I would put my bets on something like this. And to be honest with you, I have also longed some altcoins earlier this morning. So yeah, if you're interested in that, consider joining the Signal group. But that's what I think you need to know for now. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.